has begun. 2026. We're on our way. You know what that means, guys. Big things coming for this year. Big things for a big year. 2026 just started for me about an hour and a half ago, and I'm already loving it. One of the things I still have to do is take a shit and go to the toilet, because I cannot be carrying the same shit from 2025 into this new year. With that being said, I'm excited, and I wish you guys a happy new year. All the best for this year. Prosperous, joyful, content 2026. That is the name of the game. Anyway, I just came back home from watching the fireworks. It was a great display. And yeah. Honestly, I think now's the best time to really do the 2025 recap. I guess this is the best time to do it. Now of all time. And then I'll move on to talking about the future. Let's start. January, I was on holiday for the whole month. I was gone, so that was really good times. And when I was on holiday, towards the start of that summer, so 2024-ish, 2024, December, I had bought a fragrance. It's a summer fragrance, so it's got some aqua notes. Not citrusy, but it's aqua, and I really like it. And I brought it with me, a sample bottle, like a travel bottle of it, with me to the Philippines and to Japan, and I use that fragrance every day. And I only had good memories of that time, of being in the Philippines and visiting my relatives and all that. Everything I did in Japan too. So every time I put it on now, but especially when I started putting it on again when the weather got warmer this year, I just kept getting nostalgia of back to that month. So I will be forever grateful. February, honestly, I started trying to lock back in, but I think I was a little from February to about all the way up until, I guess, August-ish. I was a little clueless, per se. You could say that I was a little aimless in the trading, in the ambition. I wasn't really certain where I wanted to go with things. I knew I wanted to do trading, but I felt I was definitely not 100% in by then, But for the most part, Feb, March, even April, it was just me enjoying, the last years of high school. Not really. I was trying in school. My efforts in school hadn't really ramped up until a bit later, maybe down the line. I'd say May and part of April. That's when it started really ramping up my effort in school. And then from there on, it was like June, July. And then it kind of just died down, Yeah, and honestly, I feel like my year has been split into like 3 parts. It was the first part of the year, I'd say Jan to August. That was like, chill vibes for the most part. Just not really having much of a care in the world. Even my ambition towards trading wasn't even I definitely wasn't 100% in, you know, like, I wasn't like really in. It was around like August, August or July ish. That's when it clicked in me that I was not gonna stay in Oakland for the rest of my life, and that's when it clicked in me. I'm going to Melbourne, regardless if I get in or not. I'm getting out of that city. I have to. And so September onwards, that's when I really like locked in. I locked the fuck in, and it really just came to me. Like, I'm not doing 100%. I'm not giving 100%. I should not expect 100%. I need to do better. And then every day, honestly, it was a little self-deprecating. And that's around when this series itself had started. That's when the Maybach boys had really like started to come together, and I'll forever be grateful for that. I honestly could say that I would not really be here without that. So September was the beginning of a new, like, I guess, era in a sense, which is funny, because no matter how much I've changed throughout this year, throughout the past 2 years, I would say I'm the same, but I'm different. Are you the same beast but different animal? The hell do you mean, Kobe Bryant? Thank you. Anyway, what I mean is that it's like a tree, the stem, the core of the trunk has been the same, but every year I'm just growing more layers around the trunk and expanding. But not only that, I'm growing taller and taller. Not literally, I've capped out, but the tree is getting taller, and I'm growing more branches, and I'm shedding off branches that I don't need anymore. I'm letting go of weight that I don't need, burdens. I'm letting go of it. Things that are holding me back, I'm letting go. And I'm growing branches that I need, so that these branches can attract little birdies that can sit down on these branches. These birdies, aka opportunity. That's the key. That's the name of the game. Opportunity. And I think it was about October-ish when it really solidified, like, my image, my vision of what the next year, the next 12 months, 12 to 15 to 18 months could entail, or should entail. And I said, fuck it, bro. The dream's gonna come true. I have to. I didn't think too much upon it, of what I was actually gonna do, or like what path I was gonna take, per se. I was just doing shit, and I've still been doing shit. And I always live by this motto of think less, do more. Sometimes it gets you into trouble, and you do the wrong thing because you didn't think it through. But more often than not, you get to go places because you got shit done. And it is working for me. It's been working for me from how many years now? With that being said, December flew by really fucking quickly. September to December just flew by, like, out of nowhere. It's just done. And to look back at how much I've grown as a person is insane. Like, how much I've changed, how much I've grown, how much I've learned in terms of discipline, in terms of self-control, I've grown in faith, in devotion. I've grown in ambition. I feel like, oh shit, it fell off. Anyway, yeah, I feel like at the core of it all, I've still been the same ambitious little shit from like 2-3 years ago. But it's only now, I guess, or only till recently, that everything's really solidifying, and I'm starting to really shape into the person that I wanted to be 1 to 2 to 3 years ago. Am I the person that I want to be as of right now? No, because I want to be more. I want to be greater than what I am now, and that will never change. I will always try to strive for more. So I will never. I can't settle. I can't settle. So now that 2026 has begun, I looked at those fireworks, and I recorded a little bit. But when I was recording, I wasn't looking through my camera. I was just recording and just looking. I just had my camera like set there. I was taking it in, because the fireworks to me didn't just symbolize the end of 2025 and the beginning of 2026. It marked the end of a very significant chapter, but also it marked the beginning of big things to come. And I only hope that there are big things to come, and I only hope that my balls are big enough to take these things, take these opportunities with both hands. I had this conversation. Well, I don't know if I've had this conversation. Maybe I just had it with myself. I'm not schizo. But I thought about it like, okay, fear. Have I ever been actually scared to do something? And the answer is not really. I don't think so. I think instead of fear, I confuse myself and make myself think that I'm just excited. That I'm not scared, but I'm actually excited to do this shit, to take this risk. And right now, I'm really excited for what's to come in 2026. And the risks that I'm going to take, the number of times I'm going to be betting on myself. And yeah, I hope to learn. I actually have not set my 2026 goals yet. I haven't written them down. I will write them down, because it's a good idea to do that. I'm probably going to put it on my wallpaper on my phone. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, amazing, prosperous, joyful 2026. If you're watching this, please, 2026, get off your ass, make shit happen, and really make the best out of this year. So, with that being said, good night and God bless. Peace.